As we continue to work in our physics unit and learn about motion and forces, I will give some of you an opportunity to work in a more independent way. So instead of following the activities that I have planned for you, you will have an option of working by yourself, learning these concepts. Okay? This is called the study guide method. So I'm going to give each of you a study guide. I would like you to pass them back. Here's how this method works. To qualify, to be a good candidate for this method, you need to meet some requirements. Okay? First of all, you need to be able to read well independently and enjoy reading. You need to find and bring to class information about topics from sources outside of class. And you need to maintain a B minimum overall or higher on formal assessments during the unit. And you need to show interest in becoming a resident expert on a topic from this unit. With that, I mean that because you're the expert, you will come to class every so often, and you will teach other students about the topic that you have been investigating. Okay, so if you meet these requirements, you're thinking about, am I good at reading? Am I good at investigating by myself? You may be a good candidate for this method. So let's take a look at the study guide. Okay. After a period of time, you will have to be prepared to demonstrate velocity as the rate of change of position over time, and to explain or demonstrate Newton's first law of motion to identify their conditions under which an object will continue in its state of motion. I will give you some checkpoints. You will have 3 checkpoints, and I will give you a specific date by which you will need to prove to me that you have learned these concepts. And you will take the same test that the entire class is taking. Any questions about the study guide so far? Jordan?
So if we choose that method and we're learning about it on our own, what do we do during class time when the rest of the class is taking the normal lesson?
Excellent question. You do whatever you need to do to learn these concepts. If you want to read about it, you read. You will have many options. You can choose whatever method you want to learn these concepts. Any other questions about the study guide? Yes, Jordan?
Did you say the tests were going to be the same as the tests that the rest of the classes?
Yes, because when I teach you, I'm using my activities, my methods to help you learn a concept. By following the study guide method, you are choosing to not work on my activities, you're choosing your own activities to learn the same concepts. But everybody will learn the exact same concepts. Yes?
So if we chose to take that path, would we work individually or with groups?
Individually. Okay, so if you're interested, if this sounds like fun for you, I will ask you to come to the next meeting. Coming to the meeting does not mean that you're committing to follow this method. That means that you just want more information about it. So raise your hand if you would like to come over here to this corner of the class so I can give you more information about it. Okay, excellent. So I will have those students. If you didn't raise your hand, please move over that way. Thank you very much. And if you did raise your hand, please come over this way. So we're having this meeting because you showed interest in the study guide method. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you feel that you meet the requirements that I talked about. I want to make sure everybody understands that the concepts that are on this study guide are the concepts that you are responsible for learning. You will be tested in these concepts at each checkpoint, and I will give you the specific dates later if you are interested in following the method. Now, other than these big concepts, you will also get an extension menu. So let's look at the extension menu. These are activities that add other objectives to the ones on the study guide. So you will choose one extension menu and you will work on it. So there are many different ones and you can choose any one you want. Now once you have chosen your extension menu, you can use this list with the product choice chart to choose any type of project. So you can choose, for example, if you are an auditory learner, you can choose to write an essay, for example, about the topic from your extension menu. If you are more of a visual learner, you can make a magazine. Or you can choose to make a movie with the content that you're learning. You can choose any one you want. So basically, you're choosing one from the extension menu, and then you're choosing one from the product choices chart. And you are doing this using this format. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about the extension menus? Yes?
Well, is it going to be like we would have to do this and this also?
Yes. So you're actually not doing the same work that the entire class is doing, because we have state standards. You need to demonstrate that you learn certain concepts, but because you're not doing all the activities that the rest of the class is doing, the daily work that I have planned for them to learn these concepts, you can choose one of this menu. You can also have your own. You can also make up your own student choice. And of course, you will have to tell me what is it about, and then I will approve it. I will help you if you want to come up with your own. Yes?
So the rest of the class doesn't do that?
No, this will be something that you will be working on. And it will be more fun for the entire class to hear what you learned about each of these topics.
So we present this in front of the entire class?
If you want to do it, yes. If you would rather choose a different method, like making a movie, that is fine as well. So if you're still interested in this method, and you can take the papers home and you can think about this. You don't have to give me an answer right away. We can meet again, and in the next meeting, I will have you sign a contract. Let's take a look at this document. This is your evaluation contract. It says, I am choosing a grade for my project based on these criteria. So if you're choosing to earn a B for your project, you will use secondary sources. This means that I will locate what information I can from several existing sources. I will prepare a traditional product. I will present it using a traditional reporting format. And I will be learning on the lower levels. Now, if you would rather earn a grade A for your project, primary sources, this means that I will gather first-hand information myself through surveys, interviews, original documents, and similar methods. I will produce an original type of product. I will present it to an appropriate audience using a unique format. And basically, you will be learning on the higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Now, let's look at this other form. This is called the daily log of extension work. So how will it look like on an everyday? Because you come to this class every day, correct? You will continue to come to this class every single day. But instead of doing the activity that I have planned for you, you will use your log, you will write the date, and you will write here what you plan to do during science class. Okay, so you will have your goal here. Then, at the end of the class, or 5 minutes before the end of the class, you will write what you actually accomplished today. If you didn't quite finish what you planned for the day, you will draw a little arrow and you will make yourself a note. So the next day when you come in, you remember that you have to finish what you started the prior day. Now there's another document that you will take with you every single day, and that is the Independent Study Agreement for Study Guide with Extension Menu. Okay, so let me pass that. This is a very important document. Okay, so we're going to read it all together, line by line. It says, read each condition as your teacher reads it loud. And I will carry this paper with me to any room in which I'm working on my project, and I will return it to my classroom at the end of each session. So these two papers, okay, your agreement and your daily log, they go with you everywhere. And they stay in the classroom at the end of every day. Are there any questions?
What happens if I don't do well at the checkpoint?
If you don't perform well at a checkpoint, I will ask you to join the rest of the class. So in other words, you will not work on your project in an independent way anymore. You will be asked to join the class for the activities that I have planned.
How do I know what my final grade for the physics unit will be?
Great question. Your final grade for the physics unit will come from two places. First, it will come from your checkpoints, so the same tests that the rest of the class is taking. And it will also come from this evaluation contract because you chose or you will choose to earn either a B or an A for your project. And that will be the grade that you will receive for that part of it.